Hey guys, Kai from Down Under Herps, and in today's video I'm just going to show you a couple updated enclosures. Like I've upgraded my Ackies into larger enclosures and my Woma python in a larger enclosure, and just the layout of my Gecko Room has changed as well, and I'm just going to bring to you some ideas and some future plans that I may bring to future videos, and just the evolution of my reptile rooms. So as you can see, I do have enclosures here, there and everywhere in my hostile reptile room. But first up, I'll just show you my new Woma enclosure. I got this tank off cam, and I just done a really quick basic setup. I've got a fake termite mound that I built out of expanding foam. That's her favourite hide. She will be in here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so there she is. So I just set it up pretty basic. I've actually tried a different substrate mix. I've got cocoa peat and sand mixed together, and a little bit of Yuki mulch. And just a couple hides for her to hide in, and a thermal globe with a basking temperature of 32 degrees. She's doing great in here. She's eating fine, and I will make this look a little bit nicer down the track, but for now it serves the purpose of what it's supposed to do. Next up, I just remodeled the Orientalis enclosure. I just had some leftover sandstone and substrate, and I just thought to make it a little bit nicer for him. There he is, resting down the bottom there. But it's just got more of a rock stack, and that log behind serves as both a hide and something to climb on. He does seem like he's doing a lot better in this enclosure. There's more layers for him to bask on instead of just one rock. He can hide under the rock there, climb on the bask on varying levels, and he seems to like to hide behind the bit of wood there. Next to my Orientalis enclosure, I do have my new Ackie enclosure. The Ackie will be hiding underneath that ledge there, but I thought, I tried a new background on this one. I tried to do some ledges and crevices, as these animals in the wild do like to live in under rocks and in crevices among cliffs in the arid zones in Australia. But I just have some sandstone rocks as a basking spot, and I do like the look of it. I think it did come up pretty well. I only put him in the other day, and he's just trying to settle in and hiding because he's a little bit scared in the larger enclosure, but I'm sure he'll warm up in the next few days. Next up is my other Ackie enclosure. This one's just a little bit more bare because the background, I wasn't really doing it for an Ackie, but it still works and doesn't look half bad. I just need to add a couple more hides, but for now he's doing great. You can't really see him, but he's underneath the rock there. I'll try to get him out. He's just wedging himself in like they would do in the wild. So as I said with the other enclosure, these guys use their tail to wedge themselves into rocks. So right then I tried to push him out, and he puffed up like a balloon, and he wedged his tail in, so I couldn't actually pull him out because his scales are really keeled on his tail, hence the name Spiny Tailed Monitor. But again, it just way better than what they were in. The substrate is the same mix as all the others, just a mix of Yuki mulch, cocoa peat and sand. And yeah, they seem to be doing a lot better in a larger enclosure. He's warmed up pretty well. You see him out basking and he's eating, he's smashing down woodies. So here we are in the dubbed Gecko Room. It has changed heaps in here, as I took all the hotter animals and put them out in my back room. So I bought another shelving unit, and I'm trying to do more of a gecko rack, but so I can actually view the animals, and it serves the purpose of being visually pleasing to me and both the animals. So I am in the middle of making backgrounds for these enclosures and making them look nice. So as you can see, is one of my amiers. But trying something different. I've just got heat cord and aluminium tape as the hot section, and I've just drilled it up through the middle so I can go here as well. So it's just going to be all one heat cord, so I can attach it to one thermostat, and I can have all the animals happy in there with their required temperatures so they can thrive. And for lighting, I just went to Bunnings and I bought this 7 watt, I think it's like 6 or 7 watt LED downlight, and they were on special, and they're actually doing a really great job if you just cable tie it to the top of the enclosures. Not the enclosure, the top of the shelves. And it does many things, so makes it look nice for me. It actually gives a day-night cycle, so the geckos can actually hide away from the daylight and then come out at night. So I'm looking to do that for those 3 levels. And down the bottom, I'm not sure what I want to do, but I may want to make a bigger amier enclosure to get them into a larger enclosure. But so that's the idea behind those shelves, or that shelving unit. Next to that, we just have my old one with the geckos already on it. But I really love these 45 by 45 by 45 enclosures for my spiny tailed geckos. I just love the fact that I have swinging doors, and I'm going to get hopefully 3 more of them. So I'm going to have one there, one there, one there, and one there. I'm looking to get a 3-foot Arcadia UVB globe to go over across all of them. But the background's the interesting part. So that's just a background for what it comes with. But I'm hoping to do a background either side of this enclosure and have 3 sides background, and have twigs in the middle, and try to do actual biotopes and try to make it as natural as I can for that species. For now they're just basking on the glass, but I reckon I can make it look amazing, and not just make every enclosure the same. I want to do everyone just different, so just have them different and have them like they would be in the wild where they come from. So I reckon that's going to be a cool idea when it comes into fruition. And I do not like these sliding doors, so I'm super excited for that to come about in the future. So my central netted dragon's got a bit more of a downgrade. The reason I did this was because one of them wasn't doing as well, and it just hides in that hide all the time. So I thought maybe I'd put them in a bit smaller of an enclosure, make them feel a bit more secure, and have the basking spot right above that hide. So that animal's getting all the heat it needs, or getting at least a bit warmer than what it was. And I can put crickets in and stuff, and I have found it basking a lot more, and it does come out when I feed the other. So it's doing a lot better in this setup. So sometimes with animals, you got to really watch your animals and find out what they need. So doing a beautiful big naturalistic setup might be great, but sometimes simpler is better, and in this case shows it. So right below the netted dragons, I actually have baby spiny-tailed geckos, or northern spiny-tailed geckos. So these guys hatched out a couple months ago and are growing, eating, drinking, doing everything a gecko should do. And they are just so tiny and adorable. I'll try to... So that gives you a size comparison to my thumb. So they are just amazing little creatures. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but for now I'm just hanging onto them and making sure they grow a little bit larger. Thanks guys for watching. If you liked today's video, please remember to like and subscribe, and comment down below what enclosure was your favourite, or what plans are you most excited to see. I'm excited to do everything I've mentioned in this video. I am going to try to shoot a couple more videos. Cam and I might be planning a couple collection tours as the restrictions are being lifted, and I'm going to go herping tomorrow, so let's hope I can find something so I can show you guys. But other than that, have a good day.